Now, I'm not talking here about Irish banks or things like that. I'm talking here about problems that have been going on for the last decades, 40 and 50 years. Back in 1993, I think it was, a young PhD student called Deborah Pretty, working under Dr. Rory Knight in Oxford University, undertook a study called The Impact of Catastrophe on Shareholder Value. A seminal piece of work, and referred to still to this day. And she studied physical disasters, air crashes, product contamination, floods, or not floods we say, but oil spillages and things like that. And cyber clearly back in those days wasn't as germane as it is today. And what Deborah came up with were 5 telltale signs of helping people to differentiate between what we call recoverers and non-recoverers. You can detect recoverers and non-recoverers in the days and the moments after a major event, be it a cyber event or any event. The first one is fatalities, and I suppose in the context of cyber, that would extend to impacts on large communities, thousands and millions of customers and so forth. The second is the extent of the impact on stock value on a given day, the impact on cash. And then the fourth and fifth are very significant. One is management's responsibility, management's culpability in the period leading up to the event when it occurred. And then finally, management's talent in dealing with the circumstances they find themselves in. Now, there have been a number of other very, very noteworthy studies, and people find this very interesting. Going back to the late 90s, early 2000s, we had 2 studies in particular that were done on why do companies fail. Is it because of strategic risks? Is it operational risks, financial risks, hazard risks, that is to say, insurance type risks? What do we find? In over 90% of cases, companies fail by dint of some issue attaching to strategic risks and operational risks. Now, the operational risk space is a space that we're interested in here because this is the space that relates to the disconnect between people. Something happens of a systemic nature across organizations.